And here we are. This is going to be NerZhuL, the Zerg player, versus me for the win, the Terran player. Of course, NerZhuL plays a Bronze League Zerg. We'll see how he does against me for the win, the Masters League Terran. We're going to be on Shattered Temple today. So this game is going to get started up right now. We'll see which positions they decide to spawn in. This is the ladder version, so they can spawn in close positions, but it looks like that is not going to happen. There is close air positions. Here is NerZhuL, the blue Zerg player, and his opponent is going to be me for the win, the orange Terran player. I have already casted... I can't set up right now. Alright, so I was going to try to set this up for Skype casting, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get that ready. Here it is. So NerZhuL has actually done the extractor trick over here. We have a lot of chat going on. There's a lot of people observing this game. We'll see what they do in this game. We'll see if NerZhuL decides to take his hatch first. There's me for the win, throwing down his supply depot again. We have lots of interesting things going on in StarCraft right now. Root Destiny goes through life. Skype, says Siren. I'll see if I can join them in Skype later on. Maybe record some of that conversation for you guys too. If it's too inappropriate, I probably won't post it. So here's the barracks going to be going down at the front. And NerZhuL is looking like he's going to be going for that hatch. Well, it's really hard to tell. Maybe he's going to go for pool first. It's still impossible to tell. He's got 15 food already, so he should be going for that hatch. Yeah, the drone is headed out over here. Has NerZhuL spotted his opponent? Yes, he has. Does me for the win know about it? I don't think so, but he is scouting in the right direction, so I assume that he did see the Overlord. So NerZhuL is going to be throwing down his gas now. We'll see when he decides to throw down that spawning pool over here. The Overlord is going to be spawning. We'll see the SCV coming over here. It looks like there's a second Rax coming up for me for the win. So he might be going for some sort of early attack. See if he can bunker rush this 14 hatch, maybe punish it a little bit. Don't know what the response to that will be from our Zerg player NerZhuL. Of course, he usually plays Terran. So it is going to be a Bronze League Zerg versus the Masters League Terran. Of course, it looks quite normal right now. We've got some lag going on over here, but that's okay. We'll just take a little wait here. Our entire UMBC team is observing this right now. This is going to be quite interesting. Alright, so we're over here, me for the win, over here throwing down another supply depot. There's the first Marine coming out. We'll see how many Marines he opts to produce before grabbing gas or deciding to expand, or if he decides to go attack. So there it is. The spawning pool is about finished. The supply depot drilling away. Talking about Skype over there. Apparently our StarCraft team is very low tech. Only half of us know how to use Skype. Therefore, the other half has no clue whatsoever. And there's the expansion now popping, and drone's going to begin mining over there. We've had the gas now popping up for me for the win, so it looks like he might be just hanging back. I'm not too sure what this build is. I've never really seen this before, grabbing the gas before an expansion or deciding to move out. There's the move out. We'll see how much damage he's able to do. NerZhuL doesn't actually have that many Zerglings out in the field. There's 4 Zerglings moving over here. Me for the win will be denied his bunker. The SCV is going to be pulling back over here now. The 4 Marines now advancing forward. 6 more Zerglings in the production queue. The Marines now reinforcing, taking out 1 Zergling. And here's more Zerglings now reinforcing. NerZhuL should be able to hold this very easily. Speed is about halfway complete. The Marines and 1 SCV are advancing forward. There's 2 Zerglings over here getting caught out of position. Going to take a couple nibbles away. That Overlord might actually go down. Is he focusing him down? No. It's going to get away with 52 HP. These Zerglings are going to back up over to this hatchery. The Queen is being produced, so this rush should be nullified real soon. The Zerglings are going to start getting that surround, and the surround does go off, but there are plenty of Marines going to be scooting their way up that ramp. SCV doing actually pretty good job of blocking. Did take out a little bit more Zerglings than he should, I guess should have. A couple of more Marines are advancing forward, but those are going to promptly get pulled back. There's the Speedlings now moving out across the field. We'll be able to eat those 2 Marines alive, and those 2 Marines get surrounded and eaten alive, and there's the command center coming up for me for the win. We'll see when he's able to secure his natural expansion. 2 factories are also on the way, going to be transitioning into sort of a mech play. More Marines are being poured out of these barracks right now as quickly as possible. We'll see if he decides to get some Hellions out on the field to deal with those mass Zerglings. More mules now landing in the main. That command center is just about complete there. It is finishing up and then morphing into an orbital command. And the Zerg over here is starting to get the hatchery into a lair. No creep spread just yet, but we should be seeing that sometime in the near future. There's the Zerglings giving a good job of spotting over here. No more Marines getting produced right now for me for the win. Going for a tech lab on this and immediately starting the Blue Flame upgrade, so Blue Flame Hellions will be out on the field real soon. A Hellion is being produced over here as well. A Marine doing the patrol over here. He's going to be running the mile many times. There are the Zerglings going to be poking by the natural expansion of NerZhuL, of me for the win, and looks like NerZhuL is content to sit on these bases and get a Baneling's nest. A reactor over here going to be popping up on that barracks, and additional Marines are on the way. There's the 2 Hellions out on the field now, going to be waiting for that Blue Flame upgrade. Any more tech on the way? Not quite. We've just got these Hellions being pumped out right now, so it's basically a purely mineral thing that's happening right now. So me for the win is going to pile up quite a bit of gas. These Zerglings getting repelled once again. Not quite nibbling on these rocks yet to be able to secure a quick 3rd base, which NerZhuL will probably want to do in the near future. So 16 Zerglings on the way, so maybe he's decided to go for a bust or deciding to surround these units if they so desire to move out. There's a Blue Flame upgrade now finishing up. Here's the timing push. Blue Flame Hellions now well, no, not Blue Flame just yet, but will be Blue Flame soon, advancing forward. That Infernal Pre-Igniter is finishing up right now, and here it comes, the attack. The Zerglings getting roasted there. That's a lot of Zerglings to lose. NerZhuL is going to have to produce quite a few more. There's the Blue Flame upgrade completed. Those Zerglings will go down very quickly to any Blue Flame over here. So there's Banelings being morphed right now. The Blue Flame Hellions moving into the natural expansion. The Queen starting to work away over there. The Banelings are being morphed right now. GG says Super Slinky, saying it in advance. There's the Hellions now moving over there. There's the Banelings now spawning. A couple of them going off right away. There's a couple of slashes over there, but no, doesn't take out those Blue Flame Hellions. NerZhuL losing a lot of food, 39 food right now. There's the Queen advancing forward again, trying to pick off those Hellions. Her health is going very low. So there's the Zerglings now coming out again, going to try some reinforcements over there, but the Blue Flame Hellions still doing tons of damage. Going to be roasting those Zerglings away. This is probably going to be over real soon. The Queen is even going to go down as well. The Zerglings coming over are going to be surrounding those Hellions and finally taking them out. Finally reaching some stability, but me for the win has had his natural saturated. He's even started the gas over here. He's going to be transitioning into tanks. Some more tanks coming out right now. Siege Tanks going to be sieging up on the high ground. Here comes Zerglings going to be advancing forward, but with the 2 Siege Tanks up on the high ground, I can't really see much that NerZhuL can actually do to this position, especially with the engineering bay and bunker coming up over here. A couple more SCVs transferring in. Here comes the Zerglings going to be advancing in here. Going to see how much damage he can do. There's a Hellion up front. It looks like the Zerglings are going to be forced to back out of there. NerZhuL does have his new base up over here. There's drones being spawned over here. Looks like we've also got a pretty good Overlord spread going to be spreading out around the map. A couple of Hellions advancing into the center of the map. We'll see how much damage they're able to do. Again, there's the Zerglings going to be advancing forward. Looks like they might trap those Hellions. No, NerZhuL deciding to put all those Hellions back. Looks like me for the win has started his 3rd expansion. This is going to put him way ahead of our Zerg player, especially because he has not been mining from this expansion. We've got the Queen over here ready to do some bombing, but her energy is starting to pile up. The 2 Hellions doing their job. Spawning in the center, we also have the Starport out on the field. More barracks being thrown down by me for the win, so it is going to be transitioning into some sort of tank Marauder play. Tank Marine Marauder play. We'll see if he decides to get those tech labs to get any Marauders out onto the field. We have more Zerglings being spawned right now. We'll see if he decides to take out those gold rocks so that he can maybe get a quick gold base. The rocks over here getting taken out by me for the win. He will be lifting this command center real soon to be able to take that expansion. He's sieging up more tanks down at his natural expansion. Let's take a look at the income. Looks like it's way in favor of me for the win. We'll take a look at the harvesters, also in favor of me for the win. So we'll see if NerZhuL is able to come back from this. He's got plenty of banelings out in the field. Is he going for any other tech? We have the pathogen glens on the way, so we'll be seeing infestors with the energy upgrade out on the field real soon. Melee attacks level 1 going down, as well as the roaches being popped out right now. More engineering bays being popped out by me for the win. He's got his orbital command morphing over here. If he feels safe enough not to even make an what do they call those things? Planetary fortresses. I almost said it was a Snorlax. Inside joke for the UMBC team in case you guys are watching that. We have the engineering bays. Engineering bay finishing up over here. The orbital command should be lifting real soon. It looks like he's going to take his sweet time on that one. We've got the Zerglings. Where are they? Oh, Zerglings, banelings over here in this corner. We'll see if NerZhuL decides to do any sort of drop, or if he decides to do a Nidus. See if he can do some damage to the SCV line over here. We've got tons of supply depots being created by me for the win. He's got his units over here ready to move out, or perhaps just to defend the Zerglings. Banelings, roaches moving over here. NerZhuL is behind by 30 food, so we'll see how much damage he's able to do if he so desires to attack. He's not even taken a 4th base yet, and his third base is only just getting mining, so this is going to be a lot of trouble for our Zerg player. There's a drop coming in. Ouch, says Shadiest. Looks like NerZhuL has lost all of his drones in the main. Looks like he's going to have to reproduce all of those in the near future. Totally missed that drop over there. Looks like the Marines are moving out just a little bit. NerZhuL is going to have to produce a lot of drones to be able to survive in the late game. We've got a couple of idle drones over here as well. He's busy doing other things. Baneling speed is complete as well. SCV is now moving over to this expansion, going to begin mining over here. Probably drop a couple of mules as well, maybe even use some scans to figure out exactly where his Zerg opponent has expanded. That's almost a heart shape, I guess. Where's the creep, says Shadiest? Oh no, it's no creep yet. It looks like we've got another drop over here doing some damage. Looks like that medevac will be going down. Oh no, actually sparing that medevac. We have a broken void ray over there. So it looks like NerZhuL is going to move back to his natural expansion. He has gotten no creeps red. His queen energy is rising rapidly. He's got only his 3rd base, and me for the win should be securing a 4th real soon. I can imagine securing a 4th very soon. We've got the siege tanks out here, not even sieged up right now. NerZhuL is being very passive as the Zerg player right now. He's got to do some damage in order to get back into this game. Maybe even take out the gold rocks before going for this attack. No, it looks like he's going to secure the center watch tower. We'll see how much time he decides to wait by. And no, he's going to be advancing forward. There's a couple tanks unsieged. There's a lot of tanks unsieged. So this could do a lot of damage if me for the win does not realize. There's the siege up right now. Going to be advancing forward. The baneling's getting trapped in the back. Are there any fungal growths going down? All those Marines are going to explode real soon. Looks like we've got some lag. Once again, all those Marines are in the red health. Another fungal growth. Oh, down goes all those Marines, losing a lot of food. However, NerZhuL is still quite a ways behind. There's another drop being loaded up right now. A couple of Marines moving out. However, NerZhuL's economy is still in shambles. It doesn't really matter. There's the Marine drop going to be advancing forward. Those Marines are in like dead health. They don't care. They're going to be men and they're going to go for this attack. Still no creep thread. Alright, so this drop is going to be headed over here right now. It's going to be coming down here, and there's a bunker also being thrown down over here. Oh man, looks like this drop is going to also be going into that bunker if it so desires to do that. We've got the medevac just kind of flying over here, dropping a couple of Marines, going to be pair dropping in here. That queen is probably sure to go down. Yeah, down it goes. And man, all of the drones over here are trapped. The units are trying to reinforce from NerZhuL, but there's not much that he can actually do. Those getting canceled over here. The bunker's also going to be loaded up. NerZhuL is not going to be happy about seeing this. However, the roaches should be able to clean this up very easily. Me for the win gonna be sieging up his siege line over here. He could just roll in for the attack and probably just win. So we'll see what he decides to do. He is just approaching max. We'll see when he decides to max out. He is producing not that many units, but he does have like 2,000 minerals in the bank. He needs to work on his macro just a little bit, and he'll be so much further ahead. And there's NerZhuL starting to rebuild his army. To answer his question, yes, it is. It does. It's a good spread. The banelings can only take out one at a time. Yeah, and versus infestors, again, very good positioning. So there it is. Yeah, Shady is confirming that it's deadly versus Zerg. So I really can't see much that NerZhuL can actually do against this. He's just making banelings right now. Maybe he needs to get some broodlords out in the field. And he's still not securing a 4th base. He needs to do that very soon. There's another Marine over here doing some damage to that extractor. Looks like NerZhuL, no, looks like Me for the Win is moving out into the center of the map. Need Muta, says Shadius. Everyone's got suggestions. 20 Lings being produced right now. But what can Lings really do against 1-0 mech with these Marines and medevacs in the air? Looks like the tanks are going to start sieging up in the center. Here comes the push. The tanks are also sieging up over here right now. The army units from NerZhuL getting into position. Going to be charging the first front of the tanks over here. The Marines stimming and charging forward into battle. The tanks over here taking out the entire army. NerZhuL's entire army has been smashed. GG, calls NerZhuL. This game does go to Me for the win. We'll see if we can get on Skype and maybe somebody can cast the game with me. This is AEgis signing off.